my god, I'm tired. I'm tired. Thank you for watching the VOD, but I'm tired. But thank you for watching the VOD. This is Mio Mio Orange Plus mit caffeine. It's basically, it's really delicious orange soda, but with extra caffeine. It's not helping. I'm still tired. I think Monday was the move. I think streaming at 6 p.m. That's when you get not sleepy me. Maybe I'll look into the schedule and figure out if there's a way to do that on Wednesdays. Just, yeah, because I ate dinner afterwards, so I was also less gassy. It was basically the best. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, everybody? Red 6. How are you? Thad Vic, howdy. Tiff, is it Tiff the Asp? Or is it like fancier? Is it Tiff the Asp? Or is it Tiff the Asp? Is it Tiff the OSP? And what is an OSP in that case? What's up, Rook? Hey, Swanee. Thank you, buddy. You're shifting from working to pretending to work? Hey, me too. Let's do that together. Queech Queech. Gonna Wolf. Nell. Nomer, Sarinth, hello. It's an acronym for a guild name. Tiff is fine, cool. Hey, Blue Knight, Wolfhausen. Gunnar Wolf and Wolfhausen. For whatever reason, I just pictured you guys as like a pack of wolves who frequent the same bars in Berlin. Leather wolves. I'm tired, but apparently the caffeine's already kicked in a little bit. Haverhill, Dagaroni, Wallabus, Perez, Viper. You support that conspiracy? Good. All right. Solid. Tired is my neutral state or natural state, Cat. How are you going to be tired? How are you saying tired is your natural state if you're going to be a professional wrestler? How's that going to work? That doesn't work, buddy. You need to up your energies. Just be tired and in pain. Pain will keep you awake. That's probably fair. What's up, Encrypt? Encrypt, I feel like you're extra sad that I nerfed the thing. I feel bad. I feel bad when that happens. I don't want to. I get so much. For those of you on Reddit that are watching this, I get so much credit for like bad guy stuff that I don't even do because I'm the one that's so vocal on like Discord and Reddit. People are like, they're all like, that asshole moderator banned me. I'm like, I didn't even do that. Was Nick, and you don't even realize it. One person was like, talking about what a meanie I was and how nice Nick is, and Nick was the one that banned him. I didn't even ban him. Oh. I feel like saying help. I'm being repressed. Is the music too loud? I've got it turned up a bit. Hey, XV. I'm the bad boy of NWC. I'm the easy E of NWC. Yeah, Swanee's banned more people than me. We've banned so few people though. Like, the only people that get banned are like bad characters. Though, if you're watching this out there, the music is a little loud though, isn't it? I think it is a little loud. If you're watching this out there and you're looking for material to further be angry at us about, like, the reason why you probably finally got banned from either Discord or Reddit is because it's one thing to provide feedback, it's another thing to be a sourpuss, and it's another thing just to be like a sour puss all the time. Smack talking and complainers again? No, Darius, that's all I got to say on the topic today. Did I already say hi to Everil? Hi, Everil. Ursany78, hello. Dark Inside, hello, I acknowledge you, sir. You were just playing some Cyberpunk 2077 DLC. Have you played the super crazy mod where everything just looks absolutely realistic and would probably make my computer explode? Wednesday stream? I'm watching your most recent VOD. If you're watching... Yeah, I think that was... Wednesday was... No. Monday stream was the 7th. I don't think I've ripped that or put it up yet. So it's not on YouTube. Jonesing bad for the next playtest? Yeah, I mean... A lot of you guys that didn't make it in for this last one, it'll be good for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really looking at this compressed schedule between the last playtest and the coming playtest, and I'm trying to remember what we were thinking when we did this. Poor Ollie, man. Like, poor Ollie's like trying to get fixes in and stuff, but he's also got to travel during the playtest, so it's a little like, ooh man, it's gonna be interesting. But the guys have got it. We got so many people like just contributing and holding it down now. It's great. Hey Kenji, you've got to work at 6:30 tonight until 2 a.m. That's a lot of work, Dark Inside. I think what? I'm gonna make this really big. Scale, it's already 3. Let's make it 5. Let's get crazy. It's giant after all. Last one was great, didn't have any issue really. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it should have been pretty issue free. Yeah, we're in Scarwood again today. Sorry, I should probably mention Scarwood. Whenever we're in Scarwood, I should probably mention that at the beginning of the stream, huh? So let me finish placing this guy. Yeah, it's your zone. It's not a. It's well, I don't want to say that for legal reasons. It's your zone that you've participated in, but it is still our zone. Don't get any ideas. So let me do a quick review. Everybody's got to sign. Everybody's got to sign our paperwork. We'll get it sent out to you. I'll have to up the payment plan that we have for DocuSign. Dude, I've got like the cheapest payment plan for DocuSign, and so there'll be times when we're bringing people on the team. It used to have like 3 signatures on it. Right? Like when we first started out, it was like my signature, the person coming onto the team signature, and then Ollie was like sort of like it was sent to Ollie for safekeeping or something. It wasn't signature. But that counts as 3 mails. And DocuSign gives us 5 mails a month. Right? It's just like, oh. So we've reduced that down to just the 2. And then like whenever it's like 3 people coming on board pretty back to back, it's kind of like, we'll have you sign the paperwork. What is this, 15th? In 2 weeks, Bob. Just because like the next payment plan up is money. Like it costs a lot of money and we're really cheap. Can see it now. Devs are so lazy. They have their community make things for them. It's true. Excuse me. That's what you get for making me stream after dinner. Who else snuck in here? Test was good. Only complaint would be mobs can attack from too far away. Made a post and tagged John in it. Oh, right on. Thanks, Nomer. Thanks for tagging John. Not for complaining. But also thank you for complaining. It makes the game better. I'm just kidding. Theron, Classic EverQuest. Hello. Thadvic, I think I already said hello to you, but I'm tired. Stephens. Talet. Howdy. Hey, Class and Cool. Yeah, I'm going to bed right after this stream. The question is, when does this stream end? Making our own DocuSign, Swanee? I believe it, the stuff that you've made so far. If you could do that, bounce it off Simon to make sure it's legal. Legally binding. That would be cool, I guess. Last time you said short stream, it went for like 2 hours. Well, but that is a short stream. Usually streams go for like 3 hours. Unless something weird happens and I'm conned into being here even longer. Okay, so for those of you that have not been around for this, let's do a quick review. The zone that we're working in right now is called Scarwood. We started the zone several sessions ago with basically just a couple of boxes. We had an empty box for Field of the Lost, and we had, because the zone's not made yet, though COD here in chat has started conceptualizing it and is pulling it together because that's the zone that he's working in next. And we have Keeper's Bite, which you may be familiar with from other streams or even playing Evershade Wield, which Fail and Draw, the Elven City or Wood Elven City is in there, and then you go south to Keeper's Bite and you go further south to Vale of Zentar. And we started with just an empty box and said, hey, let's make a zone together and let's start filling out what's in there. And the criteria for it was pretty open. We wanted a traversal zone that kind of serves mostly as like a place to move through, but we've added plenty of points of interest and stuff. We wanted to be a lot of reuse of existing assets, so stuff from Keeper's Bite and then stuff that we're probably making for Fields of the Lost, and then any other zone naturally we can pull it in here. And then we just went to town, and so it was a lot of like just pulling ideas together, big board of ideas, different NPCs that we expect to see in there, and then points of interest that we thought would be cool, a bunch of different themes that we've talked about, and we'll have to, go back and dust them off every once in a while to make sure that we're hitting them or deciding not to, depending on kind of what it is, right? We're always winnowing down, and then every once in a while adding a little bit here and there, but our process, as you saw in the previous VODs on this, is one of like, get a ton of ideas and then tighten it up. It's always good to like cut stuff, and if it's a cool idea, you can put it aside for another zone or whatever. But the idea is like to just try to tighten the concept as much as possible, both for logistical reasons, I'm too tired, logistical reasons, or just to like refine it and make sure like you don't want just like a little bit of everything in here. We want the concept to feel as like coherent and tight as possible. So we went through over time. We pulled our NPCs, which was a much bigger list. We winnowed it down. We pulled them over into different areas to create like points of interest, even if it was just like, hey, in this area there are drakes the green ones, not the black ones like up north, treants, that's how I pronounce it, and giant critters, right? And that's going to be in this wooded area over here. So we just, even if it was just kind of like a breakdown of what's roaming around, that became like a point of interest. We plopped all those on a map, took a couple sessions, tightened it up, and then we had Nicodemus draw a nice sketch of our map up here. Yep, he sketched it for us because that's what he does. Pretty cool. Beautiful sketch. Will Drake perform for us too? Yes. Later. Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, and then Bjorn had some questions about like what's elevation up versus, you know, like basically he wanted to know what the topography was like elevation wise or whatever. And so I just drew a quick little doodle here. Brown is just kind of like flat. Pink was up. While we were doing that, Nicodemus inked it in. Then Bjorn started making it 3D using World Creator. And that's how we wound up with our terrain that we started working on. Meanwhile, while that was going on, Bjorn penciled it in for us, made it nice and pretty, and we on stream did some run-throughs to get a feel for like how far everything was. So this was with max speed rate enhancement. And so we looked at that and we thought, all right, maybe it could be a little bit bigger. And we gave that feedback to Bjorn because we already had, this is the foot version of the map. This was back when the lake was a foot and it was a pond, not a lake. So we said, hey, could you make it 35% longer this way? 20% longer that way, north-south, for those of you just listening. And then keep the ravine the same scale because we didn't want it to be too huge. He did that. We also made the lake bigger. And does anything in game development go right the first time? Define right. Sometimes stuff doesn't go wonky. Sometimes stuff doesn't go too bad. Sometimes, yes, just to sound positive, yes. Sometimes things go right. But it's like, I mean, the whole idea is to get in and like sculpt and shape and iterate and all that stuff. Kleptomaniac, welcome, by the way. Thank you for the follow. All right. And so that's how we wound up. That's how we wound up where we're at, right? And so, and for those of you that weren't here, I said like, this is kind of how it's always been in my experience. And this is, sometimes we give artists even less to work with. Sometimes I've seen zones emerge out of like 2 or 3 sentences and just say, hey, can you just go with this? And ideally in those situations, you've got a team where folks are very iterative and the artist is real good about going, hey, I just did this step, take a look, right? So it's kind of like a natural gray box. Like, that's a heavy art lift. It is, but a lot of times if you've worked together for a while and they really know the game, you can be like, hey, could you make this like, what if Keeper's Bite and like, what if we took Keeper's Bite and did it like Sungreet Strand with the river and basic sort of layout, right? And then like that just kind of gets them started. And there'll be some quick questions back and forth. But I think the thing that works for us so well is and this is something that we'll probably talk about for years, especially if it winds up working. We tried to be a normal team early on. And we're like, oh, we're going to have like team meetings every once in a while and stuff. And we're so many people distributed across so many time zones with such weird ass schedules because some people are night owls. Other people have got to work all day. People with work and family, but then they sneak in time here and there, right? Like, so it's always such a pain in the ass to like do a team meeting. And, you know, we've talked about like, oh, you know, we've had people come on and be like, hey, could we do like, you know, daily check-ins or something? And it's just like, what we do is basically our Slack is just a constant dialogue at all times on everything, and everybody is in every channel if they want to be. and they can ask questions and they can keep up on it. And it's a slow enough pace, I think, most times. For the most part, it's a slow enough pace that we don't get in these situations that, and we may run into this more if we get to a point where we're doing well in EA, we've got cash, we're able to ramp up our production capacity and stuff like that. We move at a rate that's like very slow and steady, as opposed to like doing the rubber banding. I don't know if anybody was in airborne school. If anybody was in airborne school and you did like the airborne school, the big run, it's kind of like if you're in the military and you did like a huge formation run. You know how you kind of like run forward and then you stop and you're running in place and you run forward and it's like rubber banding the whole time. I think on teams that try to move too fast, everybody's like, all of a sudden you've got these weird like dependencies and people are blocked, and then you're trying to work around like dependencies, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hurry up, I need all this information, otherwise I'm blocked. And so then you're like jumping through your ass and you got to pull these other people, and then that's stopping them from doing the stuff they're doing. So I don't know. We've just been kind of like, oh, suicides. I had those in football. That's when you run back and forth, not just forward, stop, forward, stop. Hey, Wickasloth. Are you guys going to have a character in game that's considered iconic, like how EQ has Nagafin? Wow, has the Lich King. There will definitely be memorable characters. Eminem tabletop campaign books got to be a thing with all these pretty maps y'all keep making. Yeah, I think that would be fun, right? I think it was Hamad that was like, man, I would love to do the tabletop game for you guys at some point. All right, so what are we doing here? Today, I'm going to throw a few props into this giant area. We'll probably continue to plop trees just because it's work that I can do that's like not super brain taxing, and I can hang out with you guys but still make progress. I think that's the other thing with us, is we're just always trying to make forward progress. And I am so sleepy that gotta have art book, merch item. Yeah, eventually, like legit good one. Docu-series, The Building of Scarwood. I was just gonna... Yeah, I'm not even gonna make the joke. Wait. What? Don't do that to me. Control D, yes. There we go. Then... Cool. Got the same lean. You'd love a guild hall in Scarwood? You know what I was thinking about earlier today in here? In Scarwood, I was thinking of an abandoned building in Scarwood. There's just having an abandoned building in here that you could, somebody would be fortunate enough to do the thing that needs to be done to be able to get the building. No, Sean Bobblehead. My head's big enough as, are you being mean to me right now? Well, yeah, you'd be able to rent that abandoned building and then do with it what you will. Wouldn't that be interesting? It's kind of like the buildings in Shallow Shoals. I have this weird fetish. Watch, it'll wind up not feeling special because they'll be everywhere. But I just have this fetish for putting like random buildings and farms and stuff in every zone that somebody can like unlock and pay the rent on. Sweet rave parties at said abandoned building. That is such a 90s thing to say. What is this? 1994 rave parties. Get out of here with that. Have an abandoned town that people can rent and repair. We have that in Shallow Shoals. We have an abandoned town. Legit. No bullshit. Do we have dancing lights? They're will-o-wisps. Will real estate agent be a profession? Not yet. I mean, eventually we could probably do something silly like that, but... Gen Z has started doing morning raves with coffee instead of alcohol. I love it. I think Gen Z may actually start to get their shit together at some point. If you're out there, Gen Z, I'm rooting for you. I added more trees, if you can't tell. What's up, Meep Moop? Hey, UK Rads. Dark Inside said, what if you guys add guild halls? You make it a game-wide event where in order to create a guild hall, your guild has to do these open world harvesting and crafting blueprints to create a guild hall. We've talked about having some locations in where it's maybe you're essentially racing the server first to be able to get the property. Pipes PC says, finally caught a live stream. Won't have to catch up on a VOD this time. Love the work y'all are putting in. It's unfortunately made me more disappointed in other games that since the last playtest I've nearly stopped playing anything else and started learning Blender and Unity to work on my own passion project. My first attempt at game design was over 20 years ago playing RPG Maker on PlayStation 1. That's badass. That's super cool to hear. I'm glad you shared that. We're always excited when people are like decide to start working on stuff. Henry Fake Smile said, if you're feeling tired, please take a Ritalin or Adderall. This game requires your full attention. Please take drugs. We're concerned about your health and we do like you, but please, we would prefer that the ship date stay what it's supposed to be, so take drugs. Hey, thank you. Pipes BC, it's good to meet you. PvP server could be really wild if guilds claim strategic property, gain control of certain zones or part of said zones. Oh, for sure, it's going to be interesting. Fair enough, Blue Knight. Ouch. Oops. Not good. You're currently running 3 miles on a treadmill as we speak. Motivational speech. Any motivational speech you can give to carry me through the last mile? UK Rads, my motivational speech is it's 3 miles. It's 3 miles. You've already done 2. You've done 2. You're on the downward. Like, if you're running 3 miles, the hard part is mile 1. You don't need a motivational speech. You need to just, like, tighten your shit up and get it done. You don't need me for this. You're on your last mile. That's the easy part. You're doing the easy part right now and asking for help. You should ask in mile 1. Like, hey, I'm on mile 1 of 3 miles. Can you say something to motivate me? I just quit. Worst speech ever. Hey, that's on you. That's on you. Mile 1 is the worst. Mile 1, like, every time I go running, the first mile sucks. It's like different things hurt. You've got to kind of go, is that like a real pain or is that going to go away in a mile? And almost always it just goes away in a mile. Also, Yuki Rads, you better be joking. You better not have just quit. All production on the game stops until you finish that mile. If the game's not on time, if we are unable to deliver, if we're unable to deliver the playtest on time, you know who to blame. Okay, still going. Collective punishment. Oh. Cad said, just lie and say you ran it. I don't know that I like your attitude. You'll run extra for playtest invites? Will you do it on camera? So that I can verify that you're not lying? Wolfhausen said, just remember the wise words of David Goggins. Who's going to carry the votes? Who's going to carry the votes? Oh my gosh. It's too early in the night for me to do a full-on Goggins motivational speech. All this talking about running, I think the little bit of caffeine I drank's like kicked in, but only in that it's made me like hot. I feel like hot. We can make a deal. Gonna start burping energy drinks soon? Probably burping dinner. This Mio Mio is not... I don't know. I say that, but I think it's... So it's 20 milligrams of caffeine per 100 milliliters. And I started drinking it while cooking dinner. So that's 100 milligrams of caffeine. That's only like a coffee, right? Swanee said, what sounds like Air Force PT? Did he say something about sitting on a couch? Hey, Matthias. Lying about running? Yeah. So, you guys, what I've been doing to our zone is mainly just kind of like breaking up this area. I may have to come in and manipulate the terrain a little bit more to just maybe bump this up a little bit so it feels a little bit more like there's a path going this way around, that way around, and then there's that clearing there that as you're running forward you can kind of may have to do something to make it a little bit, the trees a little denser here so it kind of feels more like an opening. And then I think we'll be good here. We'll throw some more trees there. The speed tree demo is so relaxing. It is not that speedy though, is it? Other teams generate their trees. They go randomly generate and the trees appear, whereas for whatever reason I think it makes a difference to like hand place props. We don't have a shitload of props in our game, right? Like we don't go overboard with props, but the idea is to make them try to make them count, try to make them make sense, right? So there's a lot of this kind of nonsense where it's like, okay, if I were to come in here. Hey, Quicksana. Only artisanal handcrafted trees here? Exactly. Cool. Though I do think we're gonna do this, then let's bring this up. Are these trees organic and ethically placed, not ethnically placed? Those are two different meanings. Unless you meant to say that, I don't know. Yeah, autocorrect, sorry. Hey, sometimes... Yeah, that was almost a Reddit thread right there. I had to stop you. I can't share that. I'm not going to share this. It'll be a Reddit thread. I can't share it. Oh well. I'll just internalize that one. Internalize that one. What zone is this? This is Scarwood. This is a zone that we've been developing with each other here on stream. The stream chat has designed this zone. For more details on that, check out the part of the stream that you missed. There's a little VOD action, and that will catch you up on like the process that we used. Is it like burning wood? It's, you know, it's a wood. It's not burning, but it is in fact a wood. Hey, protest the bread. Slack gets all the good jokes. We're behind a PC filter. No, Slack actually does not get to hear. You guys get more. You guys get more stuff out of me than Slack does on this front. Unfiltered Rumble stream would be funny as fuck, I bet. Once I retire and I'm no longer affiliated with the team in any way that may harm them or their careers, we'll do an unfiltered Rumble stream. Followed by Reddit AMA. I am super serious in Slack. I'm not going to. Megafunk, no. No. Just no. Don't. No. So, completely off this topic now. That doesn't look right. We'll have to fix that later. That doesn't... Now it just looks like a broken egg or some shit. There's two Seans, Fun Stream Sean and Slack Sean. This is true. Because Slack Sean has to just kind of help make sure certain things happen, right? We'll talk about it more in Slack, buddy. We'll follow up on this topic in Slack. God. Now that you mention it. I'm very excited about I'm very excited about the Silent Hill references. COD. Oddly, I think that works better like that. Creepy zone. Into it, right? Like how do you take just a normal, simple, like, you know, again, simple, not super overly high invest outdoor environment and make it cool? Make it creepy as hell. We don't have creepy as hell in the game yet, really. So that'll also be kind of a nice first. A little creepy as hell. It's like, oh man, when you're traveling through there to Terralon, you're gonna be like, let's piece through this creepy zone as quickly as possible. And the deep elves that are going in there and like hanging out because it's near their city, they'll love it because they're probably creeps. Bunch of creepy people playing creepy elves. Like a haunted chessboard. I think that's been done. We have to have a different game. Like a haunted painting of dogs playing poker. Checkers. Go. You play the AI. You play versus the AI and Go. That's creepy. Running through the undead area in Shaded Dunes right now, seeing all the sparkling eyes in the dark was a little creepy. Mm-hmm. It is a scary area. Oh. Scary area. Scaria. Scary. Ali is just saying something really cool right now, so I'm reading it. Sorry. Make a surprise face to add to our anticipation. I'm too tired for that. Come on, guys. Listen, you're not even paying me for this shit. React harder. Meep Moop, you didn't even add the magic word to the end of that sentence. What in the world? Expect me to do something? Or else, that's two words, first of all, and neither one of them is the word daddy, so you have failed. That's too much. Oh, you're out? You're out now? You're tapping out? Okay. That's all it took? Alright. I'll make a note. I'll make a note on your file. He's pineappling out. Oh man, thank you. Thank you, Swanee, for... We already have, in our CS tools, we already have the ability to leave little notes in your account and flag you for follow-up and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Are we putting day-night cycle mobs in Scarwood? I think we are. I'd have to go back through and look at the list. Yeah, the version of me in Slack is honestly just trying to help us get it done. Just one of the reasons, no bullshit. One of the reasons why I went from, because I was a design lead for a while, like the first half of my career, basically, first 11 years, I was a game designer and primarily a design lead on the content side. But I noticed like working with like creative directors, they were all like, I don't want to say they were all. I've run into a creative director or two that were so pie in the sky, like, oh, sky's the limit. And they always had to be reined back in, and I was like, my brain doesn't work that way. And so that's when I started wondering if I would be better off as a producer. And at the time, my fiance turned wife turned ex-wife was a producer, and I knew what she did all day, you know, like we talked shop, and I was like, yeah, I could definitely do that. Classic Cool said, random question, do you have the bandwidth to complete an offline tutorial zoned by early access, similar to the old EQ one? We've talked about it, and oddly enough, the thing that Ollie was just writing up may have maybe adjacent to that. So it's on our list of things to try to figure out if we can do. We already have Plane of Meat, and we already have the ability for you to run around on just a little client side area, right? That little section of Night Harbor. So I think if we were to put in just a very simple trigger system, which we need to put in anyway, because we do want to give you, for all the not holding hands and all that stuff, we do want to provide, like, you know, some little mouse over pop-ups and some initial event type pop-ups that's like, hey, you just died, right? And then you click it off. It's similar like if you play Classic WoW or whatever. And those things can all be turned off if you don't want them, and it's not going to be like super hand-holdy, but it's just going to be informative. And that system would be driven by events that we want for, like, we've already got Swanee looking at those events, and I think like Swanee and Callum need to look at those events because we want those just to track the data. So, and we've got some of that stuff in already, but like we want to see, all right, of all the people who only played 10 minutes before quitting, let's dig in and see how many of them died, right? Like how many of them recovered their corpse. You know, if you've got somebody that only played for 10 minutes and they haven't died, they haven't looted anything, they really haven't done anything, then what we're probably looking at is, you know, was there a technical issue? Did they somehow like miss all the early warning signs and like make it into game and then look around and go, oh, what is this shit? And like freak out and leave? You know, like what? So it's, yeah, all of us extending the funnel into gameplay events. Yeah, and then over time you'll have stuff like how many. Well, you're looking to see, have they used chat? Have they gotten into combat? You know, did they consider a mob? Like, you know, one of the things we might be able to do is look and see like what percentage of people basically died and logged out and they never considered a mob, that kind of thing. Now you can go too far in that stuff, and then you can get into paralysis by analysis and overanalyze some of that shit, but at the end of the day, it's nice to have. And then basically bringing it back around to your original question, the same events can be used in the offline too. Well, I don't know that that's true actually, because it's offline. Similar events could be used in the offline tutorial. Oh man, it is warm in here. I think it is just the caffeine. Well, that's why it's smart you mentioned EA shouldn't be on Steam yet. Yeah. Oh no, like we're not. I don't know when. You know, it's one of those things. Like if we were to do Steam, I would think that we should be pretty well into EA before like just throwing in a ton of randos. You know, like people that just are, oh, it's a fantasy game, and they just hop in. They don't know what to expect. They're wanting to speak to our manager and stuff. But I don't know that we'll ever be on Steam. I don't know that we'll ever be on Steam. Because it's kind of like a challenge. It's like, can we build this thing up, start to air quotes finish, by just building a core base of people and communicating with them, being transparent and authentic, and like just build and then just you know, have word of mouth, get it out there. Like I think a lot of the traditional beliefs with regards to marketing and Steam and other things, I don't know that all that shit makes sense. Let's find those tents from the Sojourner tents from the Night Harbor travel area. First of all, also the caravan, the wagon. Let me see. Yeah, class and cool. Solid videos. We share a lot of that stuff behind the scenes. We have like a little channel for it. We love watching the stuff that everyone makes. I need to get Swanee to show me how to, not Swanee, sorry. I need to get Chinny to show me how to bring in that the other. So we have a zone that's a warehouse for all of our props, and I guess I can bring it in as a sub scene or something and use it. I don't know how to do that. You can copy the props from that scene and paste them in, I think. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. That's the way I was doing it. And then, oh, there's Chinny. And then Chinny was like, you can do it even better. Oh, I thought you said you could have it like open as a sub scene. My bad. Okay, then I know how to do it. I don't think there's anything super. I'll go to Night Harbor and grab some props. I was like, I don't. Do we have anything from the newer zones in the warehouse that we don't want to show off? Man, caffeine's got me warm. Got the vapors. Night Harbor. It's just a collection of doors, really. Hey, Commodore. Oh, yeah. There's a AOA playtest this weekend, right? Don't forget that. Here's a link. Since today is my Friday, even though it's Wednesday. All weekend. You can open both at the same time if you want. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. If you want to go to the scene in the project and right click open scene additive. Oh, interesting. I might try that off camera. Yeah, here's the link again for you guys. AOA. If you go in there and anybody's picking on Eminem, you got to promise me, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Just be nice. Just don't even say it. What? When did Holt's area get propped out? Has it how long has it been since I've been over here? Holy crap. Who did this? Last night? And it's got the new armor rack? What? No punching people out. Just be cool. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like the same thing in our chat. Like, just we try to just get the meanies to stop being mean as quickly as possible. Usually that's a day one phenomenon. New people come in that aren't used to our like environment or like our community or culture. And we'll have a few meanies and then we'll just kind of get them out. And then the next couple of days are really cool. That's the thing. Just trying to get people to be chill, man. Just, you know, I've seen a little bit of it and then it kind of goes back and forth and I'm like, come on guys. We don't need that. Appreciate it, but we don't need it. Yeah, check it out. It's a very cool game. I'm gonna grab all these dudes right here. I think sometimes just people talk about differences harshly and get defensive. Yeah, that happens as well. All right. Is there anything else I want to steal while I'm in here? Might as well steal a cart. And a wagon wheel. I'm like the jerk. And this lamp. And this book. Hey, Robert. Copy. All right, I'm copying. In this ashtray. And that's all I need. I found my purpose. Dude, I don't think Jasmine's seen that movie. Oh. I think I gotta get Jasmine to watch that movie with me. Yeah, the jerk. Where are all you guys? Boom. Robert, we're just hanging out, listening to your music. Chilling out. Is that everything? Well, what we can immediately see by getting this stuff in here is that we're gonna need more trees, huh? May want some more trees. Probably. Oh, we'll put it down in this dip for sure. I was about to say we probably want to kind of like scrunch up the terrain a little bit more as well. Whoa, calm down, buddy. Lots more trees for sure. Well, we're gonna put trees in here until I'm told by programmers or somebody that's trying to optimize the zone to stop. Though it really shouldn't have much of an impact. Trees, more trees, more trees. Stop trees. Who put in more trees? Batch those trees. You know what? If they're not batching on their own, then I'm going to let either an artist or a programmer handle that noise for me. Because I am not a person... I'm not actually... Like, it's so funny. Like, I'm not actually qualified to do this job. I'm helping. I'm helping. I am just in here placing some stuff. Who did the hold stuff? You said it happened last night, but who did it? Who is the person that added it? God said me either, but don't tell Slackshon that. Dude, I think people are going to love your zone. Thermero, hello. Sna, hello. I didn't say hi when you came in. DJ Footfingers. Corvus, what's going on, buddy? Getting distracted, hello. Who else? Jason, what's up? Who else has snuck in? Witzer. Excuse me. There's a burp for you. Dozakar, I didn't say hi when you came in. I apologize, but I was reading your stuff. Viper. Darius. Yeti. Did I miss anybody else? Dozakar, has your youngin been back in game? Is your youngin done with game? Is he like, you know what? I'm tapping out, Dad. Only for a short bit. No matter what, I appreciate that he checked it out, and I was very happy to get to chat with him. What are we all here? The echo chamber? Of course you are. People say that like it's a bad thing. It's like, if only somebody would have told us this thing that we're doing that is pretty risky, that we said we know is pretty risky. If somebody had only just mentioned enough times that it was risky, then we wouldn't have done it. Oh. It could have just been perfect. had we listened to something other than the echo chamber. Bills, what's going on, Bills? You saw that? Almost grabbed the whole ass mountain. I grabbed the whole ass mountain all the time, buddy. That is what Control Z is for, except for when I forget to do that. And then I come in and I'm like, why is the ground not where it's supposed to be? What? All these spawn points are no longer valid. What's going on? Who did that? That wasn't me. Thank goodness we have source control. Who did this? Dozakar, I can see that. What I love here, and this isn't in reference strictly to your situation, Dozakar, but I was just looking at the fact. Witzer said next playtest my 6 and 13-year-olds will be tagging along. What I find interesting is when people are like naysaying, you know, naysaying, everybody needs hobbies. I get it. Nothing wrong with a little naysaying. I was just thinking of horses. I was thinking of horses because of this wagon. Totally unrelated to the pun. And I was picturing horses walking around here and stuff. And then I said naysaying again. And in my head I went, nah. That was funny for me at least. I don't care. Whatever. This is insight into the minds of game developers. This is the shit we're thinking about when we're making things. You're like, I bet there's some deeper meaning here. Nah, just a horse joke. Yeah, Bill, they're fun wagons. I forget, did Bjorn did a whole thing, or did he do the base and then somebody else texture? I forget who did the wagons, totally. Bill said, working on some buildings in the trees and watching. Nice. You can take the boy out of Star Stable, but you can't take Star Stable out of the boy. Nope. That Star Stable will forever be a very unique experience in my life. It will be the only game company I will ever work at in my life that will have... I don't think there's any other game company in the industry where you can work with like 50 or 60 Swedish women. I may have to have someone like with a artsier eye help me with a little, like some of the wagon placement. Well, you know, if the story comes to me, I guess, of kind of like, I'm trying to picture like why they're here in this way. And I think, you know, it's kind of like, did they come down here? So I'm assuming they came down here. And then they just started kind of pulling around, right? Like, because you would pull around and then you would circle. Yeah, you would circle the wagons a bit, but not like for old Western reasons. And then because you just want to pull back out. This feels like the gypsy camp north of Corona or ASMR. Yep. It's bound to give you some of those feels. That's... Oh man, I gotta have someone turn light stones in for big XP and gold. Ah, we gotta get griffins in at some point. I was talking to werewolf gypsies would be good, class and cool. I don't think we have a werewolf yet. And I was just talking to Zukin, I don't know, like a month ago about griffins. Griffons. Hearing wings flapping in piranhas was terrifying. Yeah, and giant stomps. Oh, such good sounds of terror. Love watching the stream for the comedy and chats. It's almost as good as seeing Sean's mind at work. Hey, we have a great chat. Those of you watching the VOD, actual serious question. I've always just had this chat sort of scroll at the bottom. And sometimes I remember that you're not seeing like all the comments that are going through. Kind of makes me sad because there's a lot of fun stuff coming through. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. I just like it because it takes up very little real estate, right? Like it's a you know, it's just kind of down here out of the way for you guys to be able to see the screen better. Big fire pit. Yeah, I'll scale one up. We may need like a big fire pit model at some point. I watch the VODs. I like to scroll at the bottom. Helps with context. Are you able to read it, Pixie? Could have it over where the inspector is on the right. God, help me out. I missed it. Sna said something earlier and I felt like it was important. I gotta scroll up. Sna said, when I see a little caravan, I think of Holt. Are we gonna see his brother here, maybe? Another set of armor? I don't know about that. Can't get you guys too hooked on armor sets. Oh, maybe there's like a leather version? Out of hides? Out of deep elf hides? Nomer said, I've been meaning to ask this. Uh-oh, is it going to be a serious question? I don't know that I can actually provide you with serious answers. So, Cod, the reason why I never covered this area is just so people could watch that work. But now that I've moved everything off screen to help provide fewer spoilers, maybe that would be an idea. Snot said a lot of giant animals here: wolf, bear, drake hides. Seems like a natural progression to me. Either size or weight. Hey, let's write it down on our webpage. Excuse me. I like it. Our little ideas. We'll just bring this over a little bit. We're adding Snot's idea. Maybe a Holt style armor quest for some leather or something. Because of all the big animals in here. Cool. See? Continuing the theme. Oh, you guys said big bonfire as well, right? In the middle? I think that's a great idea. Let's make a big one. And then maybe we'll gather up some like branches and stuff around it. Move these wagon wheels out of the way here. Let's go big. Let's just go. That's ridiculous. That's too big. I don't know. Maybe it. Oh wait, that's shrinking that whole thing. We need the embers and stuff. So we have a felled tree model that's been that Bjorn added in, like basically. Oh, did I save it earlier? So Bjorn made a, but it's default size. See how it's cut at the bottom to help with this problem that we ran into. Remember when we put the felled tree down here? It didn't have a bottom, so he made one with a bottom. The problem is it's default size, it's scale. He's going to show me how to, in Blender, zero out the scale. Because, like, the default size brought in here is 100 by 100 by 100. Well, but I guess this one's like 600. I guess there's nothing wrong with it. Whatever. Let's just use it. We'll use that as is then. Let's go ahead and replace this one while we're at it. So this one's going to be 600, 600, 600. Yeah. All right. Then we're going to go here. And then we got to put the little roadblock up. Yeah, we should probably replace those with a prefab that is 1x by default, but easy enough to do in a later pass. Will I have to resize it later? Or will it... Well, so like if it's 600 now and we zero it back down to 1, is it going to be bigger than the whole zone, or will it scale down to 6? What's the difference between scale size and size when working with geometry in Unity? Do you have an explain like I'm 5 for this? I don't. I can give you my layman's impression of what it is, but one of the artists in here could probably tell you the right way. So essentially, in theory, we'd want everything that we're making, because we're making stuff in Blender or whatever, and then we're bringing it in, and then we're turning it into prefabs, and we'd want that prefab to be like zeroed out at like 1, right? And then when we're manipulating the scale, then we know we're starting from like a neutral point. Chinny said if it's coming from the same FBX, you should be able to use Unity's tools replaced with prefab. It keeps the scale, rotation, etc. And that was targeted at Bill's question. I think we've done that before and it's worked. Or like, I don't know, at this point, maybe years ago. I did it with a shitload of like palm trees and Sungreet Strand back in the day, and I think Pattis walked me through it. Uh-oh. This has happened a few times. Oh, no. There we go. I thought I ran into the bug again where it's like where I couldn't select anything. Alright, so that's been adequately replaced, I think. But now we can also... Oh. Come back down here. Oh, this thing's huge. Now it's tiny. Chad Wellington said, I started messing with geometry last night. I have a list of like 20 questions that I can't find answers for. Have you tried, and I'm not being sarcastic, have you tried YouTube? YouTube's a pretty awesome source of info and tutorials when you're first like getting in and messing with some stuff. Will the Sojourners be hunting for... Will the Sojourners be hunting, or are they primarily meant as NPC hub for selling, maybe? So we're not super far from Deep Elf territory now. So I would see that there's... we'll set this camp up as something that's probably going to be hunted. Now, non-evils can come in here and, you know, maybe there's a quest NPC like we were just talking about, or, you know, some dialogue to be had, etc. Maybe a shifty merchant, but, will Deep Elf and Gnome be playable by Q1 of Early Access? Notorious One, that is our current hope. That is our current hope, but I mean, we gotta keep grinding and see what happens. It seems realistic. We'll see though. We'll see. The schedule is going to just keep getting more and more real for us over the coming months. So we'll see, but we won't bullshit you guys. If things start to slide behind or if stuff gets weird or whatever, we'll let you know as we know kind of what's going on. Seen ZBrush has been kicking ass on the models? Yes. I could probably just scroll through the hierarchy and find some of these things faster, but for the love of God, I have questions now. I've got the feel. You know what we got to do? We've got to check the scale on all this stuff. What is this? A camp for ants? Either these stumps are bigger than I remember, or this entire camp is tiny. I'm gonna just double check real quick. It's a gnome caravan, which is adorable and will eventually go in game. That will eventually happen for sure. You will eventually stumble across a gnome camp. It's a brownie camp. Well, I mean, super cool dryad model. Halfling travelers. We definitely need some tiny fae type camps. Protest Bread said, watching y'all work makes me want to start relearning Blender. You should. No monks are not in yet. Let me run over here and just look at it. I got the feeling I feel like something silly's going on. Let me check and see if I need to grab anything. Oh, there is an update. Grab latest. Oh, I'm sleepy again. The waist down fist. The gnomish monk ordered waist down fist. Man, that's actually pretty good lore. Robert, time to write some gnome marching music. That would probably That would be one of the best songs. Oh crap. What zone did I log out in? Hopefully not a secret one. Ugh. That's fine. I'll check before we go in. Gnome Caravan is Meals on Wheels. That is hilarious, Perez. I forget, are you one of our troll players? Okay, Veil of Zintar. Whew, safe. You play Goblin, Troll, Ogre? An evil one. Well, I mean, ogres aren't inherently evil. Goblins are just kind of, I don't know, shifty and then also evil. But mainly just silly. Looking forward to Deep Gnomes, but I'll play Gnomes till they're in. I'm looking forward to seeing Deep Gnomes in. They're going to be an interesting one. Checking Slack real quick. What in the world? Yeah, we got a mention on an interesting channel. Somebody, I forget who mentioned it in Discord, but went and checked it out. It's pretty cool. It was the best hobby. It was Trapped Under Plastic, and it was the episode of best hobby companies you've never heard of. These guys. I'll copy the link. I'll share it with you. Are we still loading? Yeah, I think we're still loading. Oh man, I'm in a cave. Yeah, Agnosis. I was telling the team I really love the way that the beams look in here. Just the simple addition of the beams make this this tunnel seem really official. So added this camp in, so be careful. If you go running around in Veil of Zintar, there's a new set of camps. Don't get killed. If you hadn't seen it, spoiler. Bjorn pulled together these quick, evil-looking orc tents. I like them. Giants Camp is north of here. Any named here? Inside. I don't think that's a spoiler to say. You want to go inside for that. No named out here at the moment. What level are the orcs? Probably higher level than you. I can't give that away. That's spoilers. Man. Trying to trick me. Because you asked because you knew I'd probably say it. Mega Funk. Oh, no, it wasn't Mega Funk. Who's asked? Florane. Sorry, Mega Funk. Any chance we'll ever get in gear that also doesn't have negative charisma on it? Hey, Corvus. I take that personally since I think that's mostly my fault. Hey, Zeraki. Howdy. What's the next zone to get the Fallen Pass treatment with itemization and such? Good question. That is a good question. Need to ask Nick. I need to ask Nick which one we want to hit. Sean thinks smart folks are jerks. What kind of... What? No, that's not why I did that. It's because... Dude, the items are called, like, Stinky Vile Scepter of Gross or something, right? Like, but it comes off of, like, a, you know... Right? Like... And it's got int on it. Or, like, the putrid vomit bracer of farts, or whatever it is. Like, I spent a lot of time carefully crafting these names. It wasn't like they were just pulled together by some sort of a WoW, Diablo-esque green item algorithm. And so I was like, oh, I'll throw a little negative charisma on it. Just be thematic, and then people complain a little bit because it's not got negative charisma, and then it just shows you how much I care about enchanters. Mace of Farts, the Fart Hammer. Putrid Vomit Bracer of Farts is totally something I'd equip. Chinny, I can see your goblin running around with it, like holding it over its head. I found it. Just arm waving. Running around, scratching it. Here, sniff. Sniff it. Stink cloud effects for sure. Dingle fart dirt retching. We'll come back through the VOD and we'll steal every one of these names. Don't think I'm not farming you for free content right now. Linus's blanket of stink lines. Has a ton of flies buzzing around him. That should be like a special effect that you can get, that you can earn on your goblin. Kind of like the quest for the ogre butt scratch. I would still like to get that in. I'd like to get support in for your son really loves the name of that bracer. I bet he does. That is some young child funny stuff right there. Ignore all the popping trees and stuff. I don't know how to bake occlusion, so I should probably have the occlusion baked in here sometime. Maybe I should just learn how to do it though. Items in M&M are curated and deliberate. Ridiculous. Sometimes they have too much negative charisma on them, apparently. Can't please everybody, I guess. Hey, Blue Queen of Dragons. Yeah, you should be grateful it has stats at all. Listen, I'm not like a good item statter. Window, rendering, occlusion, culling, visualization, bake for future reference. Takes a few minutes though. I'm gonna screen cap that. I'm gonna send that to myself. And then I'm gonna do it. do it real good. Hold on 1 second, replying to something. Poor team. Since you're in here, I think, Encrypt. Your mud interaction window on top of your comments bar is killing you? Or commands bar? It's because of this shit. It's not, this isn't like how I would actually, look, every time I set up my UI, like there's no point in even setting up my UI, right? Because like, ooh, I got everything oriented nicely, and you know, I changed this because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have like a command that's showing me all the NPC stats and stuff, so it'll fill up this whole window. So that's not even really being used for anything. This is my work vehicle. Listen, Queenie, this is my work vehicle. This is not my pleasure vehicle. This is not my... Switch from free aspect on your screen size. I could have... Is that the thing that then will kill my frame rate? Or... I thought it was one or the other, like, was not good for me. Like, I thought I tried that at some point. And, or no. I thought I did something, and then it wasn't any better. It shouldn't? Okay, maybe I just have it wrong or whatever. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So, like, full HG is probably safe? Alright, there we go. We fixed it. Thank you, Encrypt. Encrypt, what I was going to say is... Thank you, buddy. What I was going to say is the question that Goblin had about, like, the dots or whatever. I was just thinking, like, the whole text could, like... You know, the text could be bouncy, whatever looks good, but it's just kind of subtle, but it shows some movement. If it's just the dots, then that's cool. I think, you know, I think what you guys had in there is like, it's super cute, but it seems like, something like that I would almost say if it like just popped up once every 100 loads or something as a cute little like something. But it just, it felt a little too whimsical. Felt too whimsical given the background, like the... Here, let me go faster. The art and all that stuff. Yeah, I just, you know, it's one of those things where whenever... Steve was joking about like Slack me versus Stream me. Slack me oftentimes is having to like be like, guys, I don't think that's right. That's always fun, being that guy. Lunar Havoc, thank you for the follow. Oh, all right, this is just a really big ass stump. We're good. I think we've got to get together and just like have a whole. I think there's more discussion about water to be had. The reflections are cool, but I think Bjorn was just looking into like what we're actually gonna do water-wise. So, oh, this is cool. I think, is it because I haven't baked occlusion that it's like the rendering order is wrong on this? So I think we can kind of pull off this idea that it's a big fire, but I think that we got to do something different with the stones, huh? But I think these are actually one piece. There's another bonfire asset you could try. Is it from the set that you made a long time ago? Let's take a look at that. So this is confirmed. Size is fine, confirmed. Stones seem rather large. Hey, thanks for noticing. Campfire set. Let's check it out. Jack Harrow, thank you for the follow. You were hoping it would be super tiny. That would be, it would have, listen, it's on the books now though. Super tiny caravan, like Gnomish caravan is on the books now. It's gonna happen. You know us, we're good for it. Classic Cool said, for quest ideas, it would be nice to have an online form to submit where we can upload step by step and sketches. Even if they don't get used, we can have a creative outlet. I get that that's what Discord is for though, but I'm overthinking. I think we'll have to ask our lawyer about that. There may actually be like a... We may actually have to watch that to some degree. That's why you can't like send unsolicited scripts and stuff to like development houses or whatever. For real. We'll have to check with our lawyer. What kind of animals would pull gnomish wagons? Maybe like small donkeys. Or goats, yes. I think goats would be goats. I think goats, actually. Lunar Havoc. Jackals are terrifying, no. Giant squirrels, that would be very special. Classical, we'll have to, well, if it was in the deep, it'd be beetles. Classical, we'll have to see. Was it camp set? Dogs finally walking, hanging out, reading lore. Dude, you've seen the art with the dog, right? Hey, Scruffy Bard, I'm doing good. I hope you're good. You've seen the artwork with the dog? Can I ride that dog? Who tagged me in Discord? And then what? And why? Oh, that does look like AI. Like, you're showing off all your stats on here. 4 miles, okay. Average pace 7 minutes, 47 miles. Good job. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you're too good a shape for that to have been the challenge. Sorry. That is very good in your old age. We're going to have to up that a little bit. We're going to have ourselves a little 10-mile challenge or something. Exercise shaming? No. I'm giving you exercise credit and telling you you need to push yourself more, young man. I'm saying with those numbers, you can go harder. You've shared your stats. You blew it. If you would have come at us and been like, ah, dude, I'm only running like 12-minute miles right now. You know, and If we picked on you for that, then that would be exercise shaming. But when you're cranking out sub 8 minute miles, 4 of them, then I think he's gotta do a bit more work to earn it. Uncle 67 still runs 5Ks at a great pace. That's awesome. That's good stuff. What were we doing? Oh, we were looking for the campfire assets. Mm-hmm. So that's that one. You gotta sandbag your first attempt. Yeah. UK Rads, were you not in the military? Do you not know the art of sandbagging? Got to set low expectations, exactly. When it comes to athletic competitions and dating. I'm looking for models. I'm looking for campsite. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. There's so much stuff in here. Bonfire. Oh wait, that's just the model. It's not the that's not the prefab. Doggeroni, is there? Are you trying to jump in on this as well now? I have to get like a live race going. Oh, it's bonfire. I think we may run into the same problem with this one, though. Did the camp change in the last 10 minutes? I'm getting message in Discord and be like, don't bother me, I'm watching Sean's stream. To her credit, we're discussing how good Eminem is. Oh. No, nothing has changed. I've just been staring at this. I think it runs into the same problem, Bill. Hey, Jasmine. Welcome back. Oh, I just deleted the world. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. That's dangerous. Yeah, just the burning part would be cool because I think... It actually looks like a more proper large fire pit, though. You don't think anybody's gonna call us out for Wait, let's get creative. Oh man. Have I already told you about my dog's toy? It's the first time he's had a toy where he is so protective of it. Like, if you get near it and he'll just kind of like look at you. You put your hand near it, he just nudges your hand away. If you ask him where it's at, he'll like run and find it. he'll start getting nervous. It's like he's finally got one of those toys. He takes it with him everywhere now. And all it is a squeaky ball. Like, he has plenty of little animals and stuff, but I think I figured it out. I think the animals are like, those are his friends. So sometimes he's happy with them, sometimes he's not. You know, it's like sometimes they can come with him, sometimes not. But with the ball is like his toy. And the funny thing was, it was just like sitting around forever because someone gave it to us. And he doesn't really play with balls at all. And so like finally I was like, hey, do you want to play with this? And I squeaked it. And I think it's because it's the only one that squeaks. Threw it down and it like just fits in his mouth. And he lost his mind. And that's been with him ever since. If I ever need him to come somewhere. Hey, bud. If I need him to come somewhere, like I'll steal it and just like do a little squeak and he'll come in like pissed off looking. Maybe it's because his ball can roll away, it triggers his hunting instincts. So cute that he's playing with it now. Yeah, I mean, dude, he just loves it so much. I'm so happy for him. And he's allowed to squeak it. That's the thing, man. Like, you gotta understand, I was so heartbroken when my previous pup died that like this guy can get by with pretty much anything. Like, all right. You want to squeak the entire time we're watching, you know, something while eating dinner? Please go ahead. We got a finite amount of time on this planet. A little squeaking's good for us. Glad he found something. Our dog doesn't understand what to do with toys. Yeah, I mean, he's had like, you know, some toys, like some stuffed animals that are friends that he would like carry around with him a little bit, but not like this. Absolutely more merch. Yeah, I mean, guys, if we, you know, if we do okay, we definitely want to do a bunch of merch. Oh, I'm just kind of like poking at this. I'm not 100% feeling what to do with it right now. Off camera, I probably will figure it out. But like the tent placement and stuff, maybe it'll be a little bit of like, we'll get in, we'll start putting some spawn nodes in here, and then it'll come together a little bit. So rather than spend too much time poking at this fruitlessly, ooh, I do think something has finally broken. Yeah, it's doing that thing. They just made this game to sell shirts, it's true. Do you have any way to paint the terrain for things like wheel marks and dirt patches under the fire pit? We do. The degree to which we do that is not necessarily huge. We paint in roads and things like that, and then paint in like some blending in different areas. That is not a me skill. That's going to be something that Bjorn or one of the artists will do. A lot of what I wind up doing is almost like semi-permanent gray boxing in a sense. If you guys haven't seen this giant camp over here in the mine, this was added in. Big hut, how they get trees this big? You know what? We've actually gone and looked at the biggest trees in the zone, and they are. He's having a blast out there. Yeah. You know what? Come here. Rooney, get your ball. He's so intense right now. Come here. He's not staying on camera tonight. No, he's gone. But for that squeak to be the deep gnome taking damage sound, we'll have to. Your dog heard the squeak? We may have to call it an early night. He's going to be squeaking too much. There's some big trees in here, to answer your question. We've actually tried to like look at the scale of the stumps relative to like here. Watch. So that's where the tree was. It's the little details. The squeaking is cute though. What a rascal, look like a small husky. What breed is he? He's an Alaskan Klekai. So he is basically a mini husky. More cats with snaggletooths. We don't have any cats. The cats are all other people on the team. I forget how many people I have. I know Robert's got a big old cat. You have a 16-week-old puppy? I'm just about used to the constant squeaking now. Chewing everything on the other hand. Oh yeah. My previous pup was a chewer. He discovered my bookshelf and all sorts of stuff. Kumidar, we can work on some more deities so that there's opportunity. We got to do that soon anyway. But this guy really didn't chew anything. Like, so far he's been, like, he is a near perfect little pup, except he wants to not fight. He wants to bite every dog he meets, but just once. Every dog he meets, he wants to bite them once. And he's usually pretty cool after that. Like, once he gets to bite them once. But until he gets to bite them, he's a little squirrely. And the thing is, most dogs don't want to be bitten once, is the problem. And then most owners, when we're like, hey, you know, you gotta watch your dog, like, if he comes over here, he's gonna get bit at least once. And they're like, oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. My dog's okay with other dogs, and like that, but our dog is gonna bite your dog. And then they come over and the dog gets bit and they're like, oh, you got bit? It's like, yeah, no shit. That was the part where we said, is the bite accompanied by a growl? Rarely, but if he doesn't get to bite soon enough, then he can get a little growly, but he doesn't really make a lot of sound like that. He's not a yapper. He takes after his dad. He takes after his owner. I told Jasmine, I'm like, I'm not a big like I'm not a big fight talker. Which she has learned. You bite their dog, I will bite your dog, I will not growl. Did I design Najina? Nope. Or Najna, but I say Najina. That was before my time. That was the original crew. I was playing in that zone just like the rest of you guys, except I was in Alabama, and most of you probably weren't. I think I'm going to probably come in here and redo this a little bit, this mine, sometime soon, and just make it not as big. Like, this is ridiculously tall, and a little bit more of a sprawl. But the giants do fit in here. This is a giant area. There better be giant mining nodes in that mine. I don't think it works that way. Is Eminem gonna have epics? Yeah, eventually. But like things like bigger quests like that should really be world spanning. And so that's something that's more appropriate for as we're getting to 1.0 or when we're at 1.0. You know what I mean? Yeah, one of the challenges we've actually had is just, you know, I wouldn't say it's a challenge. Just one of the things that we've had to do is keep reminding the team that you know, there's more of a world that we've got to get done. So like it gets easy to overcommit a bit in the existing area, right? Like so please don't make epics useless like some of the EQ1 epics. I mean, that's always a challenge, right? Like I would hope that we wouldn't, but you know, the reality is once we enter into early access, there's going to be more there are going to be more stronger opinions on things because people are going to be like, oh shit, this is actually how this is working. Cogmo, thank you for the follow. You know what I mean? Like, so that'll be interesting. So I mentioned that just because it's like Epic 2 good, Epic that's kind of crappy. I mean, that's going to be some of them. Hopefully we don't have anything that's just so blatantly messed up that everybody agrees. I mean, if we do, we can hopefully fix it. But a lot of that's going to be kind of like, depends on who you ask. Are you being serious? Queen, are you being serious about the spiders? I would assume epics aren't just for stats. I would assume there's a cool clicky effect. You love spiders? You agree more spiders? Well, that's good. Because there's a... Which spiders? The black widows or the fuzzy ones? The tarantulas or the black widows? Do you care? I'm glad that there's requests for more spiders because that's a mob we can actually use more. Both are cool. Big spider raid boss. Oh, cool. Well, you've inspired me to finish something that I've started that I need to finish. Wow. A lot of you are asking for more spiders. No shit. This is wonderful. This is making my day. Eventual spider people, sure. That's so good. Because it's a mob that we have. What did anything happen with the invisible spiders, bats? It's still in there. That does need to be finished. That's a fair point. Spider forest, spider caves. Put Shalab in there. Mm-hmm. Deep Driders win. Probably eventually. Okay, I'm glad that you guys are asking for spiders. Now you're motivating me to finish a thing. I don't. How do I even pronounce that? Zaraki? Because I'm reading it like the movie Blackula, which I don't think is the spider boss you're thinking of. Yeah, there are some spiders that will gank you in Veil of Zentar. Oh my gosh. Oh, still sleepy. That didn't go away, guys. Special boots to allow spiderweb climbing. Scope creep activated. We've actually talked about that a bunch. I don't think it's too hard to do. We've had a lot of spider conversations. Ceiling spiders, possible, but I think there's some issues with it. Yeah, you'll be getting more spiders. Don't worry. I'm glad you guys are excited for spiders. Love the spider people when I tried to get to Lake of Ill Omen in EQ1. Oh yeah. The various striders in Kunark. Okay, well, the Drachnids. You guys have asked for it. Phone got wet. It's hard to type. That's not good. A full-on spider people. Yeah, that's fair. I swear I was just reading about full-on spider people somewhere recently. Was that Dungeon Crawler Carl? Slippery floors are planned. Moving dungeon traps? There's a way to do it. We don't have any in. Yeah, it's something we need to keep in mind. But to his credit, COD was just talking about some dungeon trap stuff. So, dungeon traps, secret doors, slippery surfaces, you know, volumes and stuff like lava. Though I think we probably have that covered. You'll see. Ice. We were talking about also having it so that certain surfaces only get slippery when it's raining. That's doable, I think. I think we talked about that being doable. DDO did a lot of cool stuff with their traps and puzzles. Invariably, yeah, there'll be stuff that, like, quests that you can do solo for sure, just because it's one of those easier things to allow people to do when they're solo, right? Nerve wrecked, take care. Yeah, actually, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the time right now, and I am exhausted. Is anybody from the team streaming? Are we going to do another class gameplay overview from 2 years ago? Excuse me. We probably should do one before we go into early access. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. AOA flash test just started. 4 to 6 hours. Hey. Flash test here. Burps and memories. Memories of mouse farts. AOA, click the link right there. I just give you. Cool. All right. I don't think anybody from the team streaming. So, keep an eye out. If you aren't in our Discord, you really should be. If you get in our Discord, you can get notified whenever the team is streaming. There's a bunch of us. So that is our Discord. I'm going to wrap up for tonight. I will see you guys on Monday, or I'll see you in Discord. Thanks for being here. Check out the other streams throughout the week. This Monday, Wednesday schedule is probably not going to stay forever, but it will for a little while. I'll get a little better, more even distribution, but for now, I will see you on Monday. I know, it's a long time to go without seeing me. Cool. Burrito, you're very welcome. Take care. See you, Bill. I'll see you in Slack. Byro, you're very welcome. Yeah, your stuff is all secret, Cat. Ursini, see you. Kenji, goodbye. Class and cool. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna climb in bed right after this. Queen of Dragons, you're very welcome. Wicca Sloth, take care. Valinex, Anmelan, Sna, Trackum. See you guys. Blue Knights, Bills, Gunnerwolf, Chas Solo, Doggeroni. Yeah, have a great rest of your week, guys. I know there's still a little bit of a week ahead of you, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you, Kumadar and Viper, Salacious, Agnosis, Rook, Quixana, Jacaro, Pipes, UK Rad. Hey, actually, in all seriousness, awesome stuff with the pace there. It's always nice to see when our folks are healthy. See you, Chad. Defiant Possum, Florane, Perez, Dozakar, Levy Break, Queech Queech, Zaraki. All right. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Have a nice rest of your hump day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday, and I'll keep an eye out for you in Discord. Be sure to be in Discord. Oh, and check out this flash test, AOA. Sorry, Nova. See ya. Ninja said, just want to say thanks for mentioning our podcast, Trapped on a Plus. Dude, love the game. I meant to comment on that. We just watched that in our, in Slack. Somebody in Discord posted it, and the energy on the podcast was, it was so fun to see someone actually be that excited to play. So it was just like, it was pretty badass. Thank you very much for that. I still need a comment on that just to make it official. But hey, thanks for mentioning us and for being enthusiastic, and for sure, always happy to share the word, I guess, to our little community. Yep. Cool. All right. On that note, going to bed. See you guys. I'll see you on Monday.